In the 1960s, America's gold wasn't stolen, it was draining. Quietly, relentlessly. And when the world discovered the truth, the entire global financial system collapsed in the early 1960s. The United States held more gold than any nation in human history, more than 20,000 tons after World War II. Stacked in vaults beneath Kentucky, New York, and the Federal Reserve. This gold was the foundation of the Bretton Woods system, the post-war agreement that made the US dollar the center of the world economy. Every dollar, convertible into gold at $35 per ounce. Every major currency, convertible into dollars. The system depended on one thing: trust that the US had enough gold to honor that promise. But by the late 1950s, the world began asking a dangerous question. Does America really have enough gold to back all the dollars it is printing? And the answer would change history. From 1958 onward, gold began flowing out of the United States. Not in ounces, not in bars, but in hundreds of tons. This wasn't normal trade. This was the beginning of a global crisis. Rain falls over the Bank of England. By 1960, foreign governments were converting dollars into gold at a pace the U.S. Treasury could not sustain. So, the central bankers met, in secret. Inside a private room deep in the Bank of England, officials from the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Treasury, the Bank of England, the Bundesbank, Banque de France, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, Switzerland, sat around a long wooden table. Their mission: save the dollar, save the gold standard, save the global system. Their solution was extraordinary. They formed the London Gold Pool, a covert alliance of 8 nations who agreed to defend the $35 gold price. If gold rose above $35, they would sell gold into the London market. If gold fell, they would buy gold to keep the price stable. This was economic warfare, fought in silence. And not one citizen on Earth knew it existed. JFK walks into the Oval Office. When President John F. Kennedy took office, he inherited a system on the edge. The U.S. gold stock had fallen from 20,000 tons after World War II to 17,000 tons, to 15,000 tons, and still dropping. European nations, especially France and Switzerland, no longer trusted American paper promises. They wanted real gold. Kennedy ordered capital control measures, negotiations with European leaders, reduction of U.S. overseas military spending, tightening the balance of payments. But none of it was enough. The world economy needed more dollars for trade, yet the more dollars circulated, the more nations demanded gold instead. A mathematical paradox, a trap, and the beginning of the end.
In 1965, French President Charles de Gaulle ignited a financial revolution. He believed the U.S. abused its position. He said, "The United States can buy the world's goods with paper, and the world must accept it." De Gaulle made a dramatic move. He ordered the Banque de France to convert massive amounts of dollars into gold and sent a French naval warship to New York to collect the bars. It was a direct challenge, a declaration of monetary war. Shortly after, more nations followed France's example. The gold pool was under siege. In 1967, Britain devalued the pound. A shockwave hit global markets. Investors panicked. They dumped dollars. They bought gold as fast as they could. The London gold pool was forced to dump enormous quantities of gold to stabilize the market. Between 1961 and 1968, the US alone supplied half of all gold sold to defend the $35 price. But the crisis accelerated. In March 1968, during a frantic week, more than 400 tons of gold were demanded in London. If the pool kept selling gold at that rate, every vault in Europe and the US would be emptied. On March 14, 1968, central bankers met in London for an emergency summit. They argued for hours, but everyone knew the truth. The gold pool was dead. That night, they made the decision: shut down the London gold market. The next morning, newspapers around the world were stunned. Gold trading in London, the heart of the global gold market, was suspended. Even in wartime, this had never happened. After the collapse, the US created a temporary fix, the two-tier gold system. Central banks. Gold stays $3.5 markets. Gold can trade freely. It was an illusion of stability. Gold rose above $40, then $43, then higher. Foreign nations kept demanding more U.S. gold. America's reserves fell below 9,000 tons, half of what it once held. Confidence in the $35 system evaporated. The clock was ticking. By 1971, European central banks, especially West Germany, the UK, prepared massive conversions of dollars into gold, billions worth. If they succeeded, U.S. gold could fall below 6,000 tons. A psychological breaking point. Inside the White House, President Richard Nixon met with Henry Kissinger, Treasury Secretary John Canala, Federal Reserve officials. They debated three options. 1. Devalue the dollar. 2. Raise interest rates sharply. 3. End the gold standard entirely. They chose option 3.
On August 15, 1971, in a televised address watched around the world, President Nixon said the words that ended an era. I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold. Temporarily became forever. The gold window was closed. Bretton Woods collapsed. The world entered the age of fiat currency. Montage of gold prices rising through the 1970s. Narrator. After 1971, gold was allowed to float freely. The price soared. $100. $200 for $100, over $800. The truth was exposed. For years, foreign governments held more dollars than America had gold to back them. The crisis that destroyed Bretton Woods wasn't sudden. It was the result of decades of imbalances, hidden agreements, political battles, and a quiet run on America's gold. Narrator closing. In the end, the world did not lose faith in gold. The world lost faith in the dollar's promise.